Hey everyone, I'm Jessi Lang and this is Wide Open Throttle. Last week we spent a few days at the Tesla facility, touring the factory and driving the long-awaited Model S. It was really interesting spending time in a facility that's running on new technology, implementing new manufacturing techniques, and utilizing new distribution channels. It was such a unique experience getting to drive a vehicle that so many people had doubted would ever be manufactured. And I can't help but respect the moxie it took for them to move forward in an industry that harbors such a deep skepticism of software and electricity. And from the comments viewers posted on our message boards, it's clear that many of you feel similarly. Of course, the topic of electric vehicles is still a polarizing one, and there's a lot of skepticism about its viability and downright hostility toward its adoption. Though it's possible that the resistance and the doubt that we see from experts and the public alike may in fact paradoxically signal that electric mobility will catch on. Consider, for example, the way that people spoke of other technological developments that have since become imperative to our daily lives. Time and time again, those regarded as the best and the brightest have been wrong. So who knows? Everyone is still trying to figure out if electric vehicles will be the next iPads of the automotive industry or simply a costly mistake. Despite the uncertainty, companies are investing in electrification for the future. General Motors Company and Nissan, among others, are spending billions of dollars to market electric cars that they hope will one day become mainstream vehicles. And Audi has staked a claim in this game as well. They recently launched a pilot program for the A3 E-tron in an effort to learn more about the challenges and opportunities plug-in vehicles present in real-world settings.
Well, the A3 E-tron is our first effort to put a full battery electric Audi on the roads here in the U.S. market. We're doing a pilot project of 17 of these vehicles across 4 cities here in the U.S. And it's to test out and prove how an electric Audi will work in day-to-day life here in the U.S. One of the things we're learning is that people like to drive an electric Audi. It still feels like an Audi, but it has this new dimension of electric driving that's unique and interesting. We're also preparing our entire business to support our own customers too. And that's why we're spending such a long time and so much effort putting them on the roads, testing them, making sure everything's just working perfectly before we introduce them.
Although the charging infrastructure isn't yet ready in America, Audi remains optimistic.
It's already on a good path. It's building and growing every day. And I think by the time we have these plug-in Audis in the marketplace in about 2 years, we'll be prepared and have a great system in place.
So what does Audi bring to the table that differentiates them from their competitors?
It's really about the wrapper that's on the vehicle. It's an Audi, and it's the design, it's the sportiness. We're introducing that new sporty aspect of driving that you get from an Audi. It's also the quality of the interior that people are used to from an Audi. The next step is to continue to test these cars on American roads. Then later this year, we'll introduce the R8 E-tron in limited production, which is sort of our high-end sports car, the other bookend of the E-tron line, if you will. And then in about 2 years' time, we'll have the first production version of the all-new A3 E-tron, which we'll bring first as a plug-in hybrid vehicle here to the U.S.
One of the factors affecting the future of electric vehicles is the way in which the price of oil changes over the next few years. The more it costs to purchase a gallon of gas, the more appealing alternative fuel vehicles become. But if gas prices drop or remain relatively stable, consumers are less likely to embrace this technology. And just last week, gas nationwide hit its cheapest price since January, and some analysts predict it will fall even further. The nation's average price for a gallon of regular gas dropped 28 cents in the past month to $3.35, according to the AAA Automotive Club. In California, the drop's been even more dramatic, as it's fallen 50 cents in the last month. Why the decrease in price? After being stuck for months at or near $100 per barrel, oil futures sold on the New York Mercantile Exchange started falling in May and have now settled around just under $80 per barrel. And analysts say gasoline prices have room to fall further before they catch up with the oil market's drop. Over the course of a year, a typical driver saves about $48 for every 10 cents the price of gasoline falls. So that 50-cent drop in California equates to a yearly savings of $240. So it's time to get your road trip on. That's it for this week's edition of Wide Open Throttle, but one more announcement before I go. Hot Rod Magazine celebrates its 65th anniversary in 2013. In preparation, the magazine is being entirely redesigned for the first time since 2004. It will have 40% more editorial pages and even more of the hot rod news, info, and discussions you love. The September issue goes on sale July 10th, so make sure you check it out. I'm Jessi Lang, and I'll see you next week.